The narrative of the victors. Introduction. History is often presented to us as a collection of facts, dates, names, wars, treaties, and outcomes. But beneath this seemingly objective surface lies a deeper truth. History is not merely what happened, it is what was recorded, preserved, and taught. In most cases, it is the victors who hold the pen. This reality gives rise to a powerful concept known as the narrative of the victors. It suggests that those who win conflicts, military, political, cultural, or ideological, shape the dominant version of history, often silencing or distorting alternative perspectives. This script explores how victorious powers construct historical narratives, why these narratives endure, and how they influence our understanding of the past, the present, and even the future. What does the narrative of the victors mean? The phrase implies that history is written from the perspective of those who emerge successful from conflicts. When a war ends, the defeated side often loses not only territory or power, but also the authority to tell its story. Records are destroyed, languages are suppressed, and cultural memories are erased or reframed. This does not necessarily mean that victors consciously lie at every step. Rather, they prioritize their own experiences, justify their actions, and present outcomes as inevitable or morally justified. Over time, these accounts become textbooks, monuments, and national myths. Why victors control the narrative? There are several reasons why victors dominate historical storytelling. 1. Control of institutions. Winners often control governments, schools, archives, and media. These institutions determine which stories are preserved and taught. 2. Legitimization of power. Writing history allows victors to justify their rule. By portraying themselves as heroes or liberators, they legitimize authority. 3. Silencing the defeated. The defeated may be punished, censored, or marginalized, limiting their ability to share alternative accounts. 4. Psychological closure. Societies prefer clear heroes and villains. Victor narratives provide moral clarity even when reality is complex. Ancient examples. The concept is not modern. Ancient civilizations practiced it openly. Egyptian pharaohs carved victories into stone walls, exaggerating triumphs and omitting defeats. The Roman Empire recorded its conquests as acts of civilization, while the voices of conquered peoples were largely lost. In many cases, we only know defeated civilizations through the writings of their conquerors. Their religions were labeled as barbaric, their resistance as rebellion, and their cultures as inferior. Religious and cultural narratives. Religious histories also reflect victor narratives. When one belief system replaced another, sacred texts of the defeated were destroyed or reinterpreted. Over time, the dominant religion's version of events became accepted truth. Cultural dominance follows a similar pattern. Languages of the victors become official, others fade away. Literature, art, and philosophy of the defeated survive only in fragments, if at all. Colonialism and modern history. Colonialism provides one of the clearest examples of victor narratives. European empires described colonization as a civilizing mission. Indigenous resistance was labeled as savagery. Entire continents were portrayed as empty or backward before colonizers arrived. For centuries, history books praised explorers and conquerors while ignoring the suffering, exploitation, and genocide experienced by native populations. Only recently have historians begun to challenge these narratives. War and propaganda. Modern wars show how quickly narratives are constructed. During conflicts, each side produces propaganda to portray itself as righteous. After victory, this propaganda becomes official history. Losers are blamed for starting wars, committing atrocities, or threatening peace. While some accusations may be true, others are exaggerated or selectively emphasized. The cost of one-sided history. When history is told from only one perspective, several problems arise. Loss of truth. Important facts are omitted or distorted. Injustice. Victims are forgotten and crimes go unacknowledged. Repeated mistakes. Without honest reflection, societies repeat past errors. Cultural erasure. Entire identities vanish from collective memory. Challenging the victor's narrative. In recent decades, historians, researchers, and activists have worked to recover suppressed voices. Archaeology, oral histories, and newly opened archives allow alternative perspectives to emerge. Technology and the internet have also reduced centralized control over information. Today, multiple narratives can coexist, challenging official versions of history. Is objective history possible? Complete objectivity may be impossible. Every historian writes from a position shaped by culture, language, and values. However, acknowledging bias is the first step towards a more honest understanding. A balanced history does not replace one narrative with another, it examines multiple perspectives side by side. Why this matters today. The narrative of the victors is not confined to the past. It influences modern politics, national identities, and international relations. How a nation remembers its history affects how it treats others and itself. Understanding this concept helps us question what we are taught, recognize silenced voices, and seek deeper truth beyond official stories. Conclusion. History is powerful because it shapes identity, morality, and memory. When only victors speak, history becomes incomplete. The responsibility of the present generation is not to erase the past, but to examine it critically. By listening to multiple voices, especially those long ignored, we move closer to a history that is not just victorious, but truthful.